What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Valencia by 1-0 at the Camp Nou. Boy, oh boy, we scrapped that one. That's back-to-back 1-0 wins again for Barcelona, where it's the same thing. Barcelona, for the majority of this match, just sat back and defended for their lives. Just copy and paste the Real Madrid game again, but this one was a bit of an easier circumstance until, of course, the big red card that took place. Overall, though, you gotta look at the bigger picture. 3 points and a big clean sheet. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back four of Kounde, Araujo, Christensen, and Alejandro Balde, midfield three of Busquets, Roberto, and De Jong, and a front three of Raphinha, Ansu Fati, and Ferran Torres, with Kessie, Marcos Alonso, Eric Garcia, and Alecron coming off the bench. The only goal scored in this match was scored by Raphinha, and it was early on in the first half. The balls were down the left-hand side between Ansu Fati and Alejandro Balde, found Busquets in the middle. He puts a beautiful ball over the top. Raphinha runs onto it, makes a great run in behind, heads it over the keeper, and gives Barcelona the 1-0 win, and in the end, 3 points. Very similar goal to what he scored before the World Cup in that big game against Osasuna away from home. So overall, the team performance rating on the day, I'm going to be giving it a 7 out of 10, just one above average. I don't think we played well whatsoever, but given the circumstances, I want to give credit to the team. They went out in the first half, trying to fill out Valencia. First 10 minutes, got the goal, beautiful individual play from Busquets and Raphinha, kept on going, dropped off a little bit. I think there was a 2-minute spell in that first half, around the half-an-hour mark, where we dropped off and Valencia had a big chance. I think it was their captain, Thierry Correa, who got the chance from the header. After that, we saw the first half end. Second half started, we started off pretty well, got the penalty, missed the penalty, and it just went downhill from there, especially with that red card to Araujo. And then we just started defending for our life. Xavi brought on Alonso, brought on Garcia, parked the bus, brought on Alecron just to run around and press for a bit. It sucks to see that we're in this situation sometime. We're basically like Atletico Madrid in their peak under Simeone, like 2014, 15, 16, just winning every single game 1-0, getting the goal and just defending for our lives. But it gets the results, so that's the most important thing about football. It's about winning. Yes, there's some moments we play beautiful football, sometimes we don't. I feel like we're at a point of the season where against the bad teams, we play poorly, but we still win. And against the good teams, we play somewhat decent football or champagne football, and we win as well. But the most important thing about that math equation, at both results end in a Barcelona win, and that's all that matters to me. 3 points, clean sheet. I can't be too upset. I understand that at Barcelona, the expectation is to go out there and dominate, play well. But sometimes you're dealt circumstances that you don't know that are coming at you. For example, Araujo red card. If that does not happen, I would expect the Barcelona to get the second goal for sure. Ferran misses a penalty, different scenario as well. So there's a lot of if, buts, and maybes in this match. The situation and tempo change, dramatically, every single time. But the team stuck in there. Again, like Xavi said at the beginning of the week, this will be a decisive week. Real Madrid in the cup, Valencia at home, nothing but wins in both matches. We've done both 1-0, we've done both defending for our lives, and that's how we get the job done. Again, everything is about winning, and that's why I leave happy tonight. Yes, football wasn't that great. We were on the ropes a little bit. They had a big penalty shot of Valencia, which I probably think it was a penalty, but I think the player felt the contact from Kessie. I think it was Hugo Duro felt the contact from Kessie and went down pretty easily. And of course, once the ref gives that decision on the pitch, it's very difficult for VAR to overturn it. But since La Liga hate us, I was expecting them to get a penalty, and I was about to cry, especially after Araujo took that tactical red card to prevent them from going through 1v1. I think in the end, you know what? You take the result as it is. I am still very happy about the victory. 10 points clear. Real Madrid playing in a few hours' time. Hopefully Betis can do us a favor. Even a draw would be great. So give us all that momentum going into the Clásico in 2 weeks, of course, at the Camp Nou. At the end of the day, I'm proud of the team. They went out there, got the job done. Roberto came out after the match saying that, it was difficult. We just came after a big Clásico. But these are games like this that when you win it, you end up winning the league. And he's absolutely correct. The best teams in the world become champions when they win games where they're playing badly. We see it with Man City a lot over the past few years. Even saw it with Liverpool in their prime in the 2018-19, the 2020 era, We see a lot with Real Madrid as well. Back in the back under COVID, we're watching them competing with the league title. They play like crap, but they get some Valverde long shot or some Sergio Ramos corner kick, and they end up winning. So that's the most important aspect that I take from this, is that great teams win when they play poorly. So overall, team performance rating on the night for me personally, I'm going to be giving it an average, but above average, 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. We'll start, of course, with the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who for me tonight will be getting a 7 out of 10. I think, he commanded the box very well. Passing on the back was fine. There was a bit low of a shaky moment in the first half when he got that ball from Ferran Torres. His distribution in that sense, his decision-making in that sense, I don't think was that great. Second half, though, caught everything, made the right saves. Have no real complaints about him. He still only conceded 1 goal in the league at home this season, which was against Espanyol, which was a penalty. So from open play, still no goals conceded at the Camp Nou this season in the league, of course, which I think is fantastic. Great record, again, another clean sheet for him. Zamora trophy on lockdown, essentially, for Ter Stegen. And now it's about going for the most clean sheets ever in the league. I'm very proud for him, very happy for him. So I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Now for center back partnership in front of him, firstly on the right hand side, it was Ronald Araujo, and I will give Araujo tonight a 6 out of 10. I think his performance was a 7, but I'm going to give him a 6 due to the red card. I mean, don't hate the player, hate the game. The reports are that Araujo will be out for 1 game. He will be out for Athletic Bilbao this up and coming weekend, but he should be fit and ready to go for the Clásico. Usually in La Liga, when you get a red card, it's a 2-game suspension. But since Araujo was his red card was a tactical foul, and that he went off, yelling at the referee, anything like that, based on the rules of La Liga, it should be only 1 game. But we're still gonna wait for the referee report later on today. La Liga have to confirm it. They may just chuck on a ban just to piss us off, which, to be honest, would not be surprised about whatsoever. We won the game. As long as Araujo plays against Madrid, I'm happy. I think the tactical red card was not needed, but it was a decision he made at the time. I would have rather the player went on goal, take on Ter Stegen. He beats him fair enough, then go all out attack and try to get that win. He thought of it a different way. Either way, we were left with 3 points, so I have no real complaints from Araujo from that decision, but hopefully, he's available for the Clásico. But this will give him 2 weeks off, so hopefully he's fully fresh to face Vinicius Jr. in the league. The left-hand side of the partnership of the center-back pairing was, of course, Andreas Christensen. I will give Christensen tonight a 7 out of 10. Again, steady as he always is. Thought he played very, very well. He was having a bit of trouble there in the second half, though. A lot of discomfort. He got hit in the balls as well, so he was quite on the rope, Andrea. So credit to him for continuing on. He had some discomfort throughout the game. Apparently, Alonso was supposed to come in. Eric Garcia was supposed to come in and replace him, and then Xavi decided to go to a 5 at the back instead. Hopefully, he's okay to face Athletic Club this weekend, because we do need him, especially with Araujo suspended. He will have a week off, though. We have no midweek games anymore, so hopefully he can fully recover by that point. In this match, though, I thought he played well again. Passing on the back was great. Had a few slip-ups here and there. It wasn't as perfect as we expect from Andreas. Defended very well. Controlled the long balls over the top. Did some great aerial duels and ground duels as well. So no real complaints for him. So overall tonight, I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now. Firstly, on the right-hand side, it was Jules Kounde, and I will give Kounde tonight a 7 out of 10. Honestly, the first half, I don't think he was that great in particular. He had a lot of slips, had a lot of misplaced passes. Connected somewhat well with Raphinha on the right-hand side, but sometimes didn't as well. Second half, though, it was his game. He was defending for the entire match. He didn't have to go forward whatsoever. But again, I think his passing attributes today were not that great. He would defend, right? Pick up the ball, win it, then lose the ball straight away with the poor pass. So Kounde today, I think the defensive aspect of the game was completely fine, was actually probably great. But going forward, mindset, passing, moving the ball, progressing the ball forward, I don't think he was that on it today. But the last 10 minutes, credit to him. He was winning every single aerial duel, ground duels, interceptions, tackling. He was absolutely doing his job, and I fully praise him for that. But overall tonight, I will give Kounde a 7 out of 10. Now, left back, it was, of course, Alejandro Balde, and I will give Balde as well a 7 out of 10. Probably could give him my man of the match as well, because he was the only player today that brought me some excitement. That run that he made in the first half was disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. From left back all the way to the right wing, in one motion, he ran through the whole entire Valencia team. Fantastic. I think also in the first half, made a lot of runs going forward. Again, like Kounde, his controlling of the ball today wasn't that great. I think his passing was fine, but he'd pick up the ball, sometimes lose it. He'd make that run. He'd have a poor touch. A lot of the cross-field passes from Araujo, he wasn't getting to them. I don't know if it was under hit by Araujo or over hit from Alejandro Balde's point of view, but It wasn't a perfect Alejandro Balde performance, but I think he showed some flair today, showed some tenacity, showed some character as well, which I like. To be fair, in the second half, that last 20 minutes when we were under the caution against Valencia, it was all going down the right-hand side. So Balde didn't really have to do too much, but I think, again, just like Kounde putting the shift, and you have to give him credit for that. So I will give Balde tonight a 7 out of 10. Into the midfield now, firstly with El Capitano, Sergio Busquets. I will give Busi tonight a 7 out of 10 as well. Thought he played well, had that beautiful assist as well. You have to give him credit to that for the Raphinha goal. Thought he defended well as well in the second half. Didn't really see any slip-ups from Busi. I think in the first half there were a few moments where he mistouched the ball and lost it, but then won it back straight away. Had some great tackles as well. Was competing in the air with the aerial duels, ground duels, interceptions as well. Typical Busquets performance in my opinion. Don't think he was, world-class fantastic, but I thought he played well and of course got the assist for the crucial goal, so I will give him a 7 out of 10. Now the right-hand side of the midfield, it was of course Sergi Roberto. I will give Roberto tonight a 5 out of 10. I just thought he was very sloppy today, and a lot of his passes were not connecting. He would lose the ball very quickly. He'd run back, and then once he gets outpaced, he kind of slows down, lets the player leave. I saw a lot of, not to say laziness from Roberto, but lack of intensity. Like he'd be running, right? But he didn't show intent to get the ball. I think he was more so running just to cover the space in case there was a mistake. I think again going forward, he made some good runs, but didn't really connect well with anyone. Again, his passing was very sloppy today, and yeah, that's why I probably got subbed off for Garcia so he can defend the game. I don't think he really played that well, so I would give Roberto tonight a 5 out of 10. Final midfield on the left hand side, it was of course Frankie de Jong, who only played 45 minutes, only played one half, but in that one half, I'll give him an average 6 out of 10. Thought he did his job. Bit of a sloppy moments from him as well, especially down that left hand side. He had a few misplaced passes, but recovered the ball a lot very well. Was running into space, connecting well with Alejandro Balde and Ansu Fati down that left hand side as well. But only in 45 minutes, we were dominating the game at that point, so no real problems with Frankie de Jong whatsoever. Got a cheeky 45 minutes rest, and now week off before Athletic Club, and I will give him a 6 out of 10. Now for the forwards, firstly on the left wing, it was of course Ansu Fati. I will give Ansu tonight a 6 out of 10. He was trying to get into the game, of course. He had a few opportunities. He hit the post. He fought Ferran for the penalty. Didn't win it. Then Ferran ended up missing it. I think with Ansu, I think his confidence from this match will be shot simply from the fact that he was subbed off for Marcos Alonso instead of Ferran Torres. I think Xavi chose that based on fitness and match sharpness and who's played more minutes recently that can keep up with the intensity, and that's why I think he's stuck with Ferran Torres. Ansu just needs that Alejandro Balde flair. I think he's missed since his injury. He's not really used his own individual brilliance. He scores some goals because he runs into space and finds it, headers or shots, whatever the case may be. Every time it's going on the left hand side, he just goes to Alejandro, goes to Frankie. Maybe he tries to make a run but doesn't. I think he needs to take on the defense a bit more. Like I say a lot about Raphinha, go 1 with the defense, take them on, because that way when you pass them, that kind of goes whoa. It gives you that boost, motivation, and confidence. They didn't see any of that flair from Ansu, in my opinion. He didn't really, get that spark in the attacking final third, but he did get that shot in the second half that hit the post. I feel like after that, maybe he had another sniff of a chance. Maybe he could have buried it. In the end, though, for him tonight, it wasn't meant to be, and I will give him a 6 out of 10. Now for the striker, it was, of course, Ferran Torres himself. I will give Ferran tonight a 6 out of 10. Because of the circumstances. First half, I thought he was actually not great, but I thought he was played very well, was connecting well with Raphinha and Ansu, interchanging with Ansu as well from the left wing to striker, connecting well with the midfield, making chances, putting in some great crosses as well. Second half, when the situation comes in. Now, firstly, he missed the penalty. Now, at the point in the game when I was watching, I thought, penalty was given. He picked up the ball because he wants to take it. It's against Valencia, his former team, blah, 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 blah. Raphinha did confirm after the match that Ferran Torres was the set penalty taker for this game, so if there's ever a point with the penalty, it was going to be given to him no matter what. So that was decided before the game. I understand that. He still missed it, and he missed it. After he missed it, that was the turning point in the game. That's when Valencia got back into it. Araujo red card, bish bash bosh. We're defending for half an hour for our lives, and we barely make it out alive. Am I saying it's all Ferran Torres' fault? Not necessarily, but I think he played a key role in that. I think that penalty miss changed the whole entire game. He scores that 2-0 comfortable, easy victory. We go out, pass the ball around, tiki-taka style, maybe get a third goal. He missed that penalty, and then Valencia went for it. So after that penalty miss, he was shocking. Touches were poor, passing was poor, wasn't getting in behind, but he did come back and defend a little bit, so credit to him. So a bit of an up and down game for Ferran Torres, so that's why I gave him an average 6 out of 10. And last but not least is, of course, the right winger, Raphinha. I will give Raphinha tonight a 7 out of 10. I mean, he's, stepped up to the plate with Ousmane Dembele's injuries. He's getting goals. I think he got into behind quite a bit in that first half, created some chances, had that beautiful finesse opportunity in the first half as well, which I think he should have scored, but it was difficult with the defenders being there and him having to bend it around them. Second half, I think he made some great runs. He only attacked the defense, in my opinion, though, in the first half. First half, he was taking on numbers. He was going at Valencia. Second half, he was a bit more conservative, especially after the red card with Araujo. But he didn't really have that many opportunities in the second half because, of course, we were defending for our absolute lives. I do think Raphinha had a very, very solid game, and I will be giving him a 7 out of 10. Now for the substitutions, the subs were from Kessie, Marcos Alonso, Eric Garcia, and Alecron. I will give Kessie a proper rating since he did play, a whole 45 minutes. Probably give him an average 6, almost gave away the penalty, which I was absolutely shitting myself about. I think he defended well, but his, touches today were poor, from the long balls, from headers, control passing. I think his touch was way off today. Defended well, got the headers away. He probably should have taken the penalty, by the way, but he didn't start the game. That's why Ferran Torres was decided to take the penalty, but I think he should have taken the penalty. I think he, defended very well today. He was getting a lot of aerial duels, ground duels, interceptions, clearing the ball a lot, but I think when we were trying to make advances forward, he's a bit lackluster. His touch wasn't, that great, so I will give him an average 6. Alonso Garcia came in, defended for their lives too. Give them credit as well, probably an average 6. Alecron came in for a bit. I think he touched the ball once or twice. He just was there just to run a little bit and, get some pressure on Valencia, so no fault there. So I'll probably give all substitutions a 6 out of 10. And again, they all had their role. They weren't, not impactful in this match. They all had their key role, but didn't have a significant effect on the match. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez. It was Oscar Hernandez on the pitch, but in the States, of course, it was Xavi conducting everything. I will give Xavi tonight a 7 out of 10. Lineup was fairly strong, of course. I would have liked to see Frankie de Jong rested, but he was rested in the end at the correct moment. I have to praise that substitution, by the way, at halftime for Frankie de Jong. I think that was fantastic. 3 points, clean sheet again. You gotta give him credit for that. We defended well, but again, I think the situation of the match left Xavi beyond his control. I don't think, we criticized a lot his in-game management, but at this game, there really wasn't a moment for him to change the game whatsoever because we were under the cosh. 10 men down, defending for our lives, trying to get 3 points. So it is what it is. I think overall, Xavi today got the job done. That's the most important thing. He did a lot in the press conference beforehand, saying that we have to win this game. This will be a big turning point for our season. He's gone and done that, so I have really no comment to say because I don't think the manager in this game could have really changed it. Again, he could have had one more substitution. No minutes for Pablo Torre as well. So I think overall, at the office today, it was a good day for Xavi, and I will be giving him a 7 out of 10, alongside his brother Oscar as well. So that was my match review for Barcelona versus Valencia in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course, leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. But the main thing I want to see, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care, and Forza Barca.